What if I told you the United States almost disappeared? Washington searched for one opportunity, just one victory powerful enough to restore hope. His target? A small town called Trenton, protected by around 1,400 Hessian soldiers. These weren't ordinary troops. They were elite German professionals hired by Britain. Experienced, disciplined, battle-tested. Attacking them head-on sounded like a terrible idea. Actually, it sounded like the kind of plan your friend comes up with at 2 a.m. and everyone regrets by sunrise. Except this wasn't a joke. This was history. Washington noticed something others missed. Confidence. The Hessians believed nobody would attack during a violent winter storm, especially on Christmas night. That confidence would become their biggest weakness. Washington gathered roughly 2,400 exhausted soldiers. Then he revealed his plan. Cross the frozen Delaware River. March nearly 9 miles through snow. Launch a surprise attack before sunrise. Silence filled the camp. Some officers thought the mission bordered on madness. Others quietly wondered whether this would become the revolution's final chapter. Yet Washington gave only one order. Move. Night fell. Then the weather became even worse. Freezing rain. Powerful winds. Chunks of ice crashed into the boats. Every crossing felt like a fight against nature itself. The soldiers weren't just battling Britain anymore. They were battling the river. One wrong move, one overturned boat, one floating sheet of ice, and everything would be over. Hours passed. The schedule collapsed. Instead of crossing by midnight, the last soldiers didn't reach the opposite shore until nearly 4 in the morning. The sun was getting closer. The surprise was slipping away. Several commanders suggested turning back. Honestly, most people probably would, but survived. The soldiers marched through snow in complete silence. Some collapsed from exhaustion. Others wrapped frozen cloth around their feet because they no longer had shoes. 2 men died from exposure before reaching Trenton. Yet nobody quit. As dawn approached, the town finally appeared. Then, the attack began. Cannons exploded through the morning air. American soldiers stormed the streets from multiple directions. The Hessians scrambled to organize a defense. Contrary to one of history's biggest myths, they weren't simply drunk from Christmas celebrations. They were caught off guard because nobody believed an army could survive the crossing Washington had just completed. Within less than an hour, the battle was over. Nearly 900 Hessian soldiers surrendered. The Americans had achieved something almost unimaginable. The revolution had a heartbeat again. News spread across the colonies like wildfire. Hope returned. Desertion slowed. New volunteers joined. Foreign nations began taking America's fight seriously. One decision, one freezing river, one impossible night, changed the future of an entire nation. Lesson: history remembers victories, but victories are usually born during moments when quitting feels completely reasonable. George Washington didn't know whether he would succeed. He only knew surrender guaranteed failure. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen when the odds say you should turn back. That lesson still matters today. Whether you're building a career, starting a business, or simply trying to overcome life's hardest moments, progress often belongs to the people willing to keep moving through uncertainty. Because impossible has a habit of becoming history.